Hi, I'm Chris. And if you're like me, you can't get enough of creating and making things. And if you're like me, you struggle to bring long-term focus, strategy, and consistency to your creative work and other areas of your life due to ADHD. Maybe you have dozens of projects that you've started and never finished, overestimate how long it takes to complete a project, wait until the last minute to start a project, or wrestle with voices of self-criticism when you forget something or make a mistake. Or maybe you want to start a business or career based off your creative passion, but your ADHD just gets in the way. If this sounds like you, you're not alone. Millions of adults, including creative professionals, are diagnosed with ADHD and thrive when they get the right information, strategies, nutrition, and pharmaceuticals that are right for them. I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I was 37. My whole life I've struggled with certain executive functions, poor working memory, distractibility, procrastination, and intense emotions. For years I thought something was wrong with me. Why were these things that were so easy for other people so hard for me? I got good at masking my symptoms and deficiencies because I was embarrassed by my fault and I'd beat myself up with every mistake. In school, my teachers would tell my parents I was smart, but I would consistently underperform in classes that didn't hold my attention. Joining the military right out of high school gave me the structure, accountability, and discipline that I needed to thrive in my naval career and college afterwards. But it wasn't until my first corporate job that my ADHD symptoms started to creep in and affect my performance. As my areas of responsibility grew at work and at home, I got overwhelmed by all the little to-dos and obligations and details that just come along with adulthood. I was also tired of being overwhelmed and unfulfilled by my career. But I also struggled to find a passion and a path to pour my energy into. Thinking my skill set, discipline, and motivation were to blame, I poured myself into blog posts, articles, podcasts, courses, and nootropics to try and fix myself. And if I'm being completely honest, which I think is really important with folks who have ADHD and managing their symptoms, I also self-medicated with things like cannabis, video games, and other unhelpful coping mechanisms that held me back in areas of my life. I learned a lot during that time, but one of the biggest things that I came away with was that a lot of the popular productivity systems that applied to neurotypical folks didn't work for my brain. And that was really frustrating. But after my diagnosis, I got therapy, strategies, supplements, and pharmaceuticals to manage my deficiencies while learning to tap into the productive qualities of ADHD. Now that I have a better understanding of my condition, how it impacts me and others, and have the right support systems in place, I can think and act on my own terms instead of constantly stewing and reacting to the challenges my ADHD has caused, and I really want to help others do the same. I'm not a doctor or an expert, but I am here to support creative professionals who feel like their ADHD has prevented them from realizing their full potential by sharing what's worked for me and for thousands of other creative professionals with ADHD. Just remember, you're not alone. So if you are tired of letting your ADHD get the best of you, tired of feeling unfulfilled and overwhelmed by your work, or want to tap into the amazing benefits of ADHD, then subscribe to this channel and become part of a growing community of creative hyperminds dedicated to turning this fascinating condition into their most effective superpower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm excited to hear your story and to share resources to help you harness your creative hypermind.